Y'all, please stop being so naive. Today, I want to talk about why isms will not help us as we build the future. Now, this video is sort of in line with what I said several weeks ago. I did a whole week of videos about kind of deep political issues in the world today, specifically theories that are at play. By theories, I mean a sort of way of looking at the world, trying to understand how it works, and then speculating on the best way that humanity can organize itself, socially, economically, politically. A lot of people had different responses to what I had to say, because I said that capitalism fails, and communism fails, and techno-feudalism, a theory about how the world works now by Yanis Varoufakis, also fails. I think what most people failed to understand is that it's not that any one of these particular theories has some kind of major flaw. In fact, they all share some flaws, they all have their own. The real point is that trying to think of the world only through the lens of a theory is not going to help us build a future for ourselves. I said in one of the videos toward the end of that week that you cannot have a successful theory of the world, of the way it works, and out of that a political system, an economic system, etc., that goes top down. What that means is you can't say, okay, here are the principles of how human beings work, and here is how, out of those principles, we can sort of say, all right, here is the range of actions humans will take, blah, 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 etc., etc. That just does not work. What we need instead is a bottom-up approach. A bottom-up approach here means taking every instant of life at face value, trying to understand the deep essence of what is right in front of you, not trying to mold something external to yourself, to some kind of theory or idea of the world that you have, some kind of preconceived notion. That does not work, baby. That does not work. And it is a true pet peeve of mine because for people who claim to have such a desire to help make the world the best place, and then they cling to some ideology or theory, they're not understanding. If you do this, please understand I love you. But if you do this, please understand you are working against what you are trying to accomplish in the world. This video was in part inspired by a TikTok I saw. And if this person sees this, hey girl, let's talk. And this person was saying, I think that there are 4 isms that are going to help us, that we need as people on the left, as people of diversity and difference, in order to survive the Trump administration and all of this stuff. And she named, nihilism, activism. I was like, girl, what are you talking about? It's not that I disagree that it's important to have, a sense of activism in the face of oppression, all this stuff. You get the point. You should not try to conform the world to the narrow view you have. It is not possible for any human being to comprehend in full the vast scope of humanity alone, let alone the world at large. That is why capitalism fails. I mean, capitalism fails for different reasons too, of course. But But this is why capitalism fails, and this is why communism fails too. This idea that you can organize some kind of utopia on Earth because you have, delved deep into the nature of the human soul and the material reality we all live in, and as such, you have figured out the principles by which we can organize a paradise on Earth. No, baby. No. That's not how human beings work. If you truly want to help humanity achieve what it can do best, you have to have a human approach. And humans are not top down. That's not how we work. We don't, come into this world saying, oh, okay, I am the grand archetype, and I am going to live my life exactly this way, and then everything plays out that way. No. What happens is we are the accumulation, the aggregation of experiences, moods, sensations, dreams, and all of these things together combine with some kind of synergy. There's even a mysterious X factor that makes up a single human being. It is a bottom-up being. If we cannot honor and acknowledge the fact that that is how human beings work, in fact, that's how the whole world works. If we can't acknowledge that with how we think about how we want to build the future, politically, socially, economically, if we don't acknowledge that, we will keep chasing our tails in this endless cycle of suffering. If you feel challenged or threatened by what I'm saying with such vehement gusto, you might be somebody who needs to rethink not just what you hold to be true, but your approach to discovering truth. My name is Andrew Tai, world-famous poet superstar, and though you might be a little bit naive, I will always love you.